Welcome in everyone to RedRaiders.com. Zach Long with Nick Kosmider from the Lubbock Avalanche-Journal. Today we'll break down the Red Raiders' opponent for Saturday night in San Marcos, the Texas State Bobcats. And Nick, Tech fans very familiar with the Bobcats. They led 10-9 last year at halftime over Texas Tech in Lubbock. And now we fast forward 1 year and
30-13 upset of a team that it was favored to, or predicted to lose to by about 5 touchdowns. Not too bad.
And now the Bobcats have the nation's attention, don't they?
They certainly have Texas Tech's attention at the very least. You know, and they did get a number 16 spot from one voter in the AP poll this week, which was interesting. But no, Tech is definitely aware. You know, this is a team that you can't really mess around with. They're an FBS member for the first time this season, and they played well the first week. They're going to be motivated. Their first time ever hosting a Big 12 team, right. So they're going to be certainly ready to play.
And they've got the talent to back it up. Sean Rutherford, Marcus Curry on the offensive side of the ball. They caused a lot of problems early last year for Texas Tech, and they caused a whole bunch of problems for Houston on Saturday night. But, you know, maybe a little different circumstance this year, Nick. Tommy Tuberville and Art Kaufman both talked about this. They didn't know what Texas State was going to do last year.
Yeah, it took some adjustment period for sure. You know, obviously going into the half down 10-9, they hadn't really seen any of what Texas State had to offer, and so you know they're aware now that they're much more prepared, I think, for what they're going to present, and it's kind of the same personnel. So they're going to have plenty of video to look over, but they're still going to have to hit their assignments and kind of do everything the right way.
And Nick, Texas Tech defensive coordinator Art Kaufman, he spoke exactly on those matters on Monday.
Whole different offense now. You know, they're basically an option football team. It comes down to assignment football, and everybody's got to make sure that they take care of their job. There's a lot of double teams that occur inside on our D tackles. We got to keep our pads down. Quarterback's an excellent runner, does really good things, and what they do is they get you playing run, and then all of a sudden they go up top and hit you with a play action pass or some type of action off of their run game. So we got our work cut out for us there as far as being able to make sure that our players understand what we've asked them to do in assignment football, staying square to the line of scrimmage and just taking care of their job.
So, Nick, obviously the defense thinks they have it figured out, but I think the thing people may be forgetting about here is the second half last year in Lubbock. Tech's offense did okay against Texas State. I think Seth Dagey had a good day, and some receiver.
Or some 200-something yard explosion.
I think, yeah, 221 by Darren Moore. And it just so happens that young man is back after a week suspension.
Yeah, he was off last week, as was Javon Bell, their other. So now Tech has their 2 deep threats back that they didn't have last week. And that was, of all the things that they did well, racking up 500 total yards of offense, allowing a school record low 84 yards. The one thing they didn't really do on Saturday was hit for some of those big plays. And as we saw with those kind of numbers last year, Darren Moore is certainly capable of getting down the field. Javon Bell's the same way. So Neil Brown talked about being really excited to have those guys back and to be able to push that facet of the game.
Yeah, and that's one thing Neil really spoke about was starting fast, and he made that point on Monday.
They're very confident after last week, you know, and with us coming in, and they'll have confidence against us also because they were leading at half last year. You know, they didn't play as well as they wanted to in the second half, but, you know, that they were 10-9 on us last year. A lot of excitement. They're opening up the new stadium and that whole deal there. Our guys, you know, need to be just as excited because it's their first road game. You know, we're 1-0, but by no means have we arrived or anything. So I think our guys will do a good job of matching that excitement. You know, we need to play well early. You know, not necessarily take their crowd out of the game, but just because of what they do on offense. You know, I'm sure Art talked about it. They're a ball control offense. They're going to snap the ball late in the clock, and they're going to run the ball, and it's going to run some clock off. So we'll have to be efficient.
So, Nick, obviously Neil Brown looking for a balanced performance out of that team this Saturday. What's the key for you for the Red Raiders?
Yeah, I think a key is something else that they touched on was starting off fast. You know, they still have to live to the fact that, you're down 10-9, even though they won the game by 40 points. So that was sort of just the thing that everybody, for whatever reason, still sticks to, that they were losing at halftime. So they want to just get out there. It's going to be a good crowd. It's going to be a loud crowd. They just want to get out there and kind of hit them from the start. Don't kind of have to play this guessing game in the second half of, you know, are we going to be able to hold on? Just kind of get out there and, you know, they as well as they played last week, they didn't start fast, interception on the first drive.
Right.
So they just want to clean things up at the beginning and just kind of leave no doubt from the start.
A little better than 10-9 score at the half there.
They would hope for something better than that, but we'll see.
And we are going to see in San Marcos. And speaking of that, we're going to be there with you Friday for our Texas Tech pregame show. We're going to be here all week for any information you need on Texas Tech and Texas State. Keep it locked into LubbockOnline.com, RedRaiders.com for full coverage of Texas Tech football. For Nick Kosmider, I'm Zach Long. We'll see you next time.